Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 442 podcast. I'm Azar Mathani, and as always, I am joined by the wonderful Tommy Sondi.
That's me.
And a man who is apparently known as Toni O.
Morning, boys. I'm going to skip over that. Tommy, it must be really nice
I'm not.
to have...
I am.
so.
No. On Friday, Tony, you decided to shake up our world and tell us that you might not even be Tony.
I never said that.
Please talk about
you tried
Timothy
telling
O.
my grandmother that I'm
Please
not Tony.
talk about Timothy O. Please tell me more about Timothy O.
Or what are the other names that he threw at us there?
No, don't worry. I have
You
written
got
them
'em?
down.
Perfect.
I have Oribajo. I have Olufemi. I have Oluwatoni. I have Adebi. I have Oludare. You put etc. at the end of this. Tony, who are you?
Yeah, I did fix it. That's hilarious. Look, you know what I should have done? I should have just had my mom as a guest on this show, just so that
You
she
should have.
could-
Can we please get her on?
No, she's getting ready for work. I'm not doing that. Yeah.
Well, no. She doesn't have to come on right now. I'm not asking you to call her up at this very moment. Though, if you choose to do that, I will accept it. But we could have her on. Like, I will gladly have this conversation with her. I want to know every single name.
Yeah. I'll either put you in touch with my mom or my grandma. Both of them, they have access to all my names. And I don't think she'll take too kindly to you denouncing that Tony's actually my name. It is my name. So, yeah.
I don't know. I'm going with. I want to go with Timmy O from now
I'm
on.
sorry. What was it? Abdulaziz? Was that your name or?
That's my grandpa's name.
Okay, I'm gonna start calling you Aziz from now on then. So there you go.
It's funny because I think this started because I was thinking like, hey, we should do a Tactics Tony section, and then Tony's like, well, my name's Tim, so you could do Tactics Tim. It was just like, what? Oh.
No, and you know what? The man says his name is Tim in our group chat, and then just tries to gloss over it. Like
I thought this was known.
How many years have I known you, and you've never mentioned this?
I mean, how do you bring up that my name is also Tim in conversation? I
don't
I
know.
refuse to believe that Tommy didn't know
you
this.
think you'd have an opportunity. You think you'd have an opportunity. I've known you since what, 2014, 2015?
Probably.
It's been a few minutes, I'd say.
Ironically, I did see Tactics Tim on Saturday. He was terrible. By Tactics
As
Tim,
usual.
I mean Tim Sherwood, ladies and gentlemen. Terrible pundit.
Tony's just looking in a mirror,
No, he's
denouncing himself.
terrible coach, terrible pundit. But
I think, you know what, I'm going to be honest, I think Tim Sherwood is a worse pundit than he was a coach. And that is
tough.
saying something.
Yeah, it is.
That is saying something. Like, it's a low bar, but he's managed to slide right under it.
Yep.
Wait,
God.
what game was he being a pundit for?
Oh, it must have
didn't
been
see
the
him.
Arsenal
One of the
game.
Premier League
Oh,
ones.
Premier League.
Must have been
Oh, I
because
missed that.
he's former Villa manager, right? So, yeah, he just.
I forgot that he got
Wow.
another job
Yeah,
after
I
the
forgot
Spurs
about
one.
Yeah, maybe it was West Ham, Tottenham. I can't remember. I just remember looking at him. His words were moving when nothing sensible was coming out. It's just like, wow. It's just.
Did
So
you-
he'd fit in very well on this podcast then.
Did you guys ever see him play? Was he good?
Blackburn? I can't remember, man.
Yeah, I have no idea.
I can't remember.
I think that was before my time.
I think so. Yeah, I can look that up, but I don't remember. Apparently, he was at Premier League level, so it must have been okay. But I don't know. Maybe headed the ball a few too many times. Yeah.
So I think next time is there we open a pod. We just got to open up Tony's entire full name once we get a hold of it.
I'm disappointed we didn't get to hear Tommy read out my name on this pod. Like, read out my names.
Yeah, Tommy, would you like to have a go at some of the names?
I gave it a go once. We don't need to go through that again. I think that was pretty good. I think I got through a lot of those names.
You know what?
Why don't we let the
Tony,
listeners decide? Yeah.
You know what? I got a better idea. Why don't we get into some Premier League action? How about that?
Okay.
Now he wants to move on.
Yeah.
Now he wants to move on. I mean, I don't think there's anywhere else we can start off than Wolves 2, Leeds 3 on Friday night. I mean, just like Tommy attempting to pronounce Tony's name. Just a mess.
Wow. I think we're at the stage of the season now where the relegation battles, like the relegation threatened teams, their games are almost, if not as good as the games with the teams at the top, because they have so much to lose.
We love the scent of desperation in a football game.
And that was a desperate football match. Lots of crazy challenges, maybe tired challenges. We're approaching the final stage of the season at this point. But, Leeds looked lost in that first half, like completely lost. Patrick Bamford, I think that injury shook the team, really. He's such an important presence. And
I mean, to just get him back and then lose him immediately.
Yeah, it was...
that's rough.
It looked like it.
You feel for Bamford as well, right? He looked, the moment it happened,
it was in tears.
Hand straight to the hamstring, and it was tough to watch.
Yeah, but Wolves lost a player of their own, Ruben Neves, picking up an injury. But his replacement, Trincao, with an immediate impact, setting up Johnny for the first goal, from Johnny coming up from fullback, and then scoring, I think, on the stroke of halftime, if I'm not mistaken, grabbing a rebound. And I think I put in the group chat that it's going to take a miracle for Leeds to stay up. And that second half,
Turns out miracle is delivered via the boot of Raul Jimenez. Second red card of the season for Jimenez, and that just turned the game.
Yeah.
Do you remember the first one he got, where he got was it 2 yellows in
City,
quick succession, something like that?
I think it was Man City.
Yeah, he just
it was.
He's very rash in his challenges. It's just unnecessary completely. He's picking up these cards.
Probably a guy that needs to play on the edge, maybe, to get the best out of himself. But it was exactly what Leeds needed, right, to get back into it. I think Jack Harrison scored the first goal.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, and
from what I remember, bit of a mad scramble. Ball ends up in the back of the net.
Yeah,
and immediately after that, Rodrigo puts one home as well.
Another mad scramble that ends with Rodrigo.
I mean, you know what? It's only right that both the Leeds goal, first couple of goals were mad scrambles, because that's what this entire game felt like. Just chaos from end to end.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, we should probably mention that, even before they got their 2 goals, what is it? Diego Llorente had to come off. Cleek came off at half, both because of injuries. And then Meslier came off under the Jimenez challenge. So they had 4 changes, 4 subs.
Yeah, they were lucky that one
injury.
of them was a head injury, so they could use a concussion protocol.
Yeah, exactly.
Get a 4th sub. Yeah.
So even before
it's wild that we've just described someone getting a head injury as lucky, and it's it's not incorrect to say that, but it feels incorrect.
Yeah, losing 4 players to injuries is crazy, but
I don't know, but though after losing Mateus, Leeds started to click a little bit more.
Okay.
There. That was good. That was a good one.
Oh my, no, it wasn't.
Thank you.
See, if it was good, you would have laughed immediately.
No.
Thank you.
Here's the thing. He was like, he didn't say Mateusz. He was just like Mateus. I'm like, oh, he's talking about Click. It just registered me. You got his name a bit off there. I'm like, okay. I was gonna say it, but you didn't.
Oh wow, Tommy lecturing me on names.
Yeah,
how mighty of Polish.
Yeah, Polish. Has to be a Polish name. Yeah,
has to be a Polish name. In fairness, that is Tommy's specialty.
Yeah. I was gonna start listing all of Tommy's names, but I'm just not gonna reopen that can.
Tarjay.
Yeah.
Tarjay is truly the worst one that he's done. He's thankful that wait, is he at Newcastle now? He's thankful that Newcastle didn't play this week.
Yeah.
Can't bash him for Tarjay pronunciations.
Speaking of scrambled goals, I guess even Luke Ayling's goal wasn't exactly a classic, as huge as it was. He was good. I think throughout the entire game, he was the one Leeds player who never really stopped trying. Like, yeah, his performance deserved a goal, and I really,
I enjoyed the bad Robbie Keane celebration afterwards.
Oh my days!
The single worst cartwheel I've ever seen a football player attempt, and it made me feel better about my attempted cartwheels.
Yeah.
And you know
Do we
what?
know the
I
story?
respect it. I respect it.
I thought he just did that on purpose and made it look bad on purpose. But if he was actually attempting one,
no,
then
he was
that makes it
attempting
even
to do
worse,
the
yeah.
Roy King celebration and just got it wrong. Like, yeah, he's an Arsenal fan.
You
so
say got it wrong. I say he got it very, very right.
okay.
Here's a question: has your opinion on Jesse Marsh changed? Because for me, I think when he was first hired on the pod, we kind of mentioned his past club. He was at what was it, RB Salzburg, was it, or
Yeah,
He was
or was it
Leipzig?
Leipzig, yeah. And we kind of like mentioned how they weren't that great defensively, and he struggled there a bit. But I mean, they're still not great defensively. But he seems to have
like
my
that
opinion
still
has not
holds
changed.
up.
not changed. Not
In that
changed.
sense, yeah.
It just
But-
seems like he has just based on what I've seen and maybe his interviews, he has the back of the players. He has them playing this sort of never say die mentality. But then again, maybe that was how Leeds always played.
Yeah, I was gonna,
I think they just needed a change from Bielsa.
Exactly.
To be honest,
I think it's the new manager bounce, because I don't think tactically they're doing anything that's much different. I mean, in his post-match interview, even he confessed that he's constantly looking to find the balance between trying to attack and keep possession and dominate games. Like, they're struggling to control games. But look, this is what those players know. They don't know how to shut up shop. Like, you look at that group of players, they don't have great defenders, right? They don't have great technicians that can keep the ball for 5-minute spells. So they're a high energy team that just go. So look, in that sense, he was a good fit. Listen, he looks like a good addition to the Premier League. Just his energy, Jesse Marsh, I'm talking about. So yeah, and it's nice to see an American coach come into the league and burst a few.
not immediately fall flat on his face.
Yeah, exactly. Give a good account of himself, because
I remember Bob Bradley's spell at Swansea.
yeah. So
No, hopefully Marsh keeps going in the right direction. I resisted the temptation to make the same Marsh pun as last week.
I'm so grateful. Thank you.
Anyways, we will march on to
Okay.
Spurs 3.
He just had to.
I was surprised he didn't have a Luke pun in that alien goal, but
Nah, you were
Don't.
ailing too much. I couldn't add to it.
I just
There
I
it
knew
is.
it.
There
I
it
knew
is.
it. Like, don't
He
do
set
it.
me up. He set me up,
Tony,
and I buried
that's all on you, Tony, man.
Spurs 3, West Ham 1. Someone else take it away. I need a second.
Yeah. Kurt Zuma, man. He was terrible. Look, West Ham had a big week in the Europa League, knocking out Sevilla deservedly. That game went to extra time, and they were by far the better team throughout. But you could see that took a lot out of the players because they had no energy in this game. They had a brief spell. Let's starting with the first goal. Kurt Zuma. What is it with defenders slamming the ball past their goalkeeper against Spurs? Like, remember Michael Keane's wonderful finish?
They're I think Own goals are their third highest scorer on the season, behind Kane and Son.
I believe it.
Definitely believe that.
Yeah. Yeah, and then he gets beaten too easily for me on the second goal. Zuma again, and deflects the ball past his goalkeeper. But Mikel Antonio, he was getting a lot of stick because I was following this online as well. He was getting a lot of stick for his performance. But I felt that even though he was lacking end products, he was still pretty dangerous. And there was a spell where I can't remember who crashed into him. It might have been Romero. Was it Romero? I can't remember.
If it's someone crashing into someone else, money's on Romero.
Yeah. So that happened, and Antonio was pretty riled up. And then from in a corner, I think it was Zuma who kicked the ball very lightly against Son's ankle, and he just collapsed like he'd been shot.
So embarrassing to see.
Yeah. And West Ham were really up for it at that point. Antonio was really pissed off, and he should have equalized, I think.
He had that chance where he pulled one just wide of the post.
Yeah,
right?
And David Moyes takes him off right after. And I didn't get it. I felt like he was causing him so many issues. And the moment Antonio came...
He was subbed off when the game was still at 2-1, right?
Yeah, because who was it that scored? Was it Fornals? No, not Fornals. Lanzini?
No, it was Lanzini.
Yeah.
It was Lanzini.
From a corner after Craig Dawson had flicked it on. Yeah. Once Antonio came off, that was it. They had nothing left.
You know, Tony, I'm surprised that you didn't mention when Son absolutely got like murdered there with that little touch with the ball. What's his name? The fullback. Reguilon comes in.
Reguilon.
Yeah, and then he actually, I think he puts a hand to. He kind of gives a slap to who was it? I forget one of the West Ham players, but anyways.
Tommy, I'd like to point out that during this entire little bit, you haven't mentioned a single player's name. It's just been the fullback slapped the West Ham player.
No, I'm trying to. I said Son.
This is elite level reporting from Tommy.
But Reguilon comes in and he slaps one of the West Ham players, but nothing happens from that. There's no VAR check. There's no anything. I'm just. I wonder if there's any conspiracy Tony coming in here and maybe putting a little opinion on that. Like, what's going? Why wasn't that called?
Well, look, we know how the Premier League works. If someone hits you and you don't crash to the ground, you're not gonna get the call, right? So was it Antonio that Reguilon hit? I can't remember.
See, I can't remember the player right now.
I just remember in the moment thinking that Reguilon has a really punchable face. Like,
he
does.
Yeah,
he really does. Though
that was my takeaway from that moment. But yeah, I mean, do we want to talk about that last goal? Jesus, it just capped off a terrible day for Zuma and Dawson. Well, for Zuma in particular, because Dawson's going to challenge Kane, which is fine. Zuma should be dropping.
Zuma just has to stand off him. Yeah.
Just has to drop
if he stands off him, he probably wins that second ball.
Yep. Very rude.
Instead, yeah. You know what? It's good to see some old school English football come back.
Yeah. Lloris punts it forward. Kane flicks it on. Big man, little man strike force. Yeah, there you go.
I mean, Kane and Son were having an absolute field day together today.
Yeah,
they just couldn't handle Kane. It's the same thing they always do. But I mean, West Ham centre backs just didn't look prepared for it. They might have just been exhausted after midweek, but
they won't go away.
Every time Kane was dropping
Tony,
off, Son was
you're not
running in
afraid,
behind.
Tony, of a potential top 4 battle with the Spurs, are you?
Potential top 4 battle. It's not potential. It's happening.
Oh, come on.
Right?
Come on. Arsenal.
There's no potential there, Tommy. I am declaring the top 4 race dead.
Over.
They're 3 points behind us with, we still have to play them. So they've always been the ones to look out for. And, the Premier League have conveniently not scheduled that game yet. They're just waiting till it's, really
extra
right.
spicy.
Extra spicy.
Exactly. to put it somewhere. Just drop it in maybe in a week where we'll have like 4 games in 6 days. But that's fine.
Hey, Arteta and Conte are already having a little.
I think conspiracy Tony is just bubbling under the surface here. He's waiting to just poke his head above the parapet. Just see what's going on.
Conte had a jab, I think, at Arteta for complaining about fixtures, and then an interview, and then Arteta's like,
he was talking about integrity, Antonio Conte, and I'm just like, you're probably not the guy to be talking about integrity. Wasn't he banned for all of the?
He was actually acquitted for that.
When was it? What, the Juventus run when all of that was happening, when he didn't whistleblow, when he found out he was.
I think it was yeah.
I mean,
he ended up being he got banned, but then he got acquitted.
Okay, he is guilty.
Definitely. Okay, like
he was guilty, but anyway. All
right, Tony has decided that.
I have to. Well, it's well known that he knew. So whether he may not have been banned.
Conspiracy Timmy is back.
Oh,
I love Conspiracy Tony or Timmy.
Yeah, Conspiracy Timmy. That's a bit. I like that better.
Hang on. Or Conspiracy Olafemi. Or I'm gonna stop.
Yeah.
I'll be speaking of the top 4 battle. Villa 0, Arsenal 1. Arsenal continuing to maintain their advantage there.
Tommy,
I mean, I
have a question. Is Steven Gerrard still one of the best young managers around?
Yeah, I definitely say so. I mean,
okay.
I like this Villa side.
Tony, don't you think he sounds a lot less convincing now?
Yep.
It's like,
he had to think about it.
The belief has been shaken. The voice is wavering.
Mm-hmm.
No, I like this Villa side. They got a lot of players that like to watch. So like
they do have a lot of players. At approximately 11.
Yeah, Coutinho, Buendia. I like Danny Ings, Douglas Luiz, even Luca Digne.
Is this your defense of Steven Gerrard, or are you just saying stuff? I'm trying to.
No, I
understand.
I was gonna say, before you get into Arsenal,
he knows we're on a short Premier League week. He's just filling time.
Okay.
Yeah, no. Before you get into Arsenal's performance, which they were I think they were good. They really nulled Villa, but for me, with Gerrard, it seems like he's still tinkering. He hasn't really figured out, can I play Buendia and Coutinho at the same time? Do I want to play offensive? I'm going to be honest,
I'll figure it out for him. I don't think you can.
It seems like you can't. Yeah, it's just so far the performances together.
Give me that manager job. Tommy, am I now one of the brightest young managers in the world?
Up-and-coming promising manager is there. Yeah, for
are you gonna try to pronounce my last name now?
Notice how I kind of skipped.
You stopped. Why do you say Steven Gerrard's last name but not mine, Tommy?
Madhani, right? That's where we're going? Yeah. Is there Madhani?
That's where we're gonna. I mean, that's where we're going. I'm not happy about it, but that's where we're gonna end up, aren't we?
But back to my point here. It seems like he's still in that tinkering phase. He hasn't figured out what's best, what's his best lineup, what's his style of play. Maybe it just hasn't translated to the pitch yet, and it was evident in this game as well. So, I still think he's a great manager, up and coming, promising.
Oh, okay, yeah. I like that correction.
Oh, we've stepped up to great manager.
Yeah, exactly.
No, I corrected myself.
The thing with Gerrard is I don't know how he likes his teams to play. Like, I saw some of his Rangers teams, and they're usually quite strong at the back and then good on the counter. But that could also just be because he was in the Scottish League and that's all he needed. I'm not sure. Gary Neville likes to use this phrase, and I think this is because this phrase was used to destroy him in La Liga. But what's your idea? And basically, it's what your coaching philosophy. How do you like your teams to play? And I'm not sure Gerrard has that yet. He may end up being a really good coach. We just need to see it. But on this occasion, it looked like he set up with a plan.
It looked like they didn't really have too many ideas on the pitch.
They
were pretty blunt.
he did. I guess we'll reference the interview, or well, we might as well now reference his spicy interview with Sky Sports. He didn't take too kindly to the questions that were being asked. I've got to be honest, some of them were pretty stupid. But yeah, it looked like his plan was to get on the ball more. That's why he had Coutinho and Buendia. But I think he also wanted to use Buendia to man mark Thomas Partey. That's what it looked like to me. And well, maybe to cut
it doesn't seem like a right fit for Buendia, though.
It doesn't.
Not the right player for that role.
Yeah, it doesn't. No, I think he was supposed to... Look, Thomas Partey is very, very, very press resistant. So I think Liverpool had set up to cut off the supply to Coutinho. Not Coutinho, to Odegaard. And I think that was Gerrard's idea, but it just didn't really it didn't really work. Arsenal tore them apart in that first half. And to be honest, if Smith Rowe had been as accurate as he'd been all season, we could have been 3 goals up by halftime. But yeah, in the second half, we were running out of steam after that Liverpool. By the way, I wish we did this pod after the Liverpool game because I had a lot of thoughts on that game. Really enjoyed it.
Too late for that now.
Yeah,
Keep going.
But yeah, we were starting to run out of steam, and Villa came back into it. Finally, had a shot on target in the 90th.
They came back in. You say they came back into it, but they came back. They had the ball, yeah, but you know, they didn't do all that. Like you said, first shot in the 90th minute when you're chasing a game for an hour. That's not a good day's work.
You know, one of the best sites for Arsenal fans right now, it's a growing theme. When Mikel Arteta brings on Rob Holding, and Holding goes with like the 5. He shows 5-2-3. It's like, oh, game's on lockdown. Apparently, we've only conceded 1 goal all season when Rob Holding's been on the field. So apparently, he's this.
You could say he's holding the line.
You could say that.
Yeah, you could.
And I did.
Tony.
Not even Tommy's reacted to that.
I'm sorry. Tony, thoughts on...
Hey, I let you go like a full like Spurs West Ham game without making a pun. Had to bring it back.
Tony.
Okay.
We got to move away from this bad pun. Your thoughts on...
That's a great
Your
pun.
thoughts on the challenges on some of these Arsenal players. What was it? One, Mings on Saka, and there was one on Smith Rowe. I forget who did the scissors challenge.
I think it might have been Jacob Ramsey on Smith Rowe. The Mings one's reckless in the sense that he's just not in control. Like, he plays the ball and completely slides through Saka, and he's really lucky that he only slightly catches his Achilles. Like, it left a cut on it. The one on Smith Rowe, that was a scissors challenge.
Yeah.
And I don't get it, honestly. Like, what does it take to give a red card? My concern, when I go and you guys call me Conspiracy Tony, the thing is, I've seen a lot of Arsenal players get seriously injured from these tackles, right? Like Diaby, Eduardo, Ramsey. And there's usually a crescendo in challenges, and it feels like it's coming back again. That's my concern, right? Like, I don't know. I worry at times watching Arsenal, just the way, because we have a really young team, and it feels like the way teams try to counter that is to kick our players, try and kick them out of the game. I mean, Saka had to come off early in the second half because he was just hobbling. And to be honest, Nicola Pepe came on, and I don't know what kind of performance that was. But, yeah, that's my concern. It looks like Saka is okay, thankfully. But, yeah.
In the end, like, hopefully the refs will clamp down on, like, especially on the scissors challenges and stuff. Like, just no place for that.
Nope.
But, moving on to the final Premier League game of the week, and that is Leicester beating Brentford 2-1. And I genuinely don't have much to say about this game other than all 3 goals were very, very nice.
Yeah, this was this was like a beautiful goal competition. Who was it? Castagna was...
Timothy Castagna wins.
Yeah, he was back. I think it was his first game back from injury, I believe, in a while. But yeah, that was a beautiful curler in. And Madison's free kick was as good as it gets. I think top corner, I think it was about 30, 35 yards out. And then who scored for Brentford then again? Was it Visa?
Visa.
Yeah,
Visa.
that was also, honestly, that was a cracker. It's right in the side. He just powered it in the side mesh. But apart from that, guys, and those nice goals, I don't know if anything else happened this game.
I mean, like it was a decent game to watch. Leicester dominated the first half. Brentford dominated the second, and yeah, decent showing from both sides. I thought big win for Leicester. They got Wesley Fofana back from injury recently. Johnny Evans came back from injury in this game. So they might have a defense again.
Yeah,
they didn't concede off a set piece. It's a big week for Leicester when that happens.
Did what's his name, Soyuncu play? Can't remember.
Yes,
He must have, right?
Yes.
He did.
Okay. Yeah, maybe just needed Johnny Evans to hold his hand to be competent. I'm just looking at the fixtures here because Brentford have had, I think they won their last 2 games against relegation candidates. Yeah,
they
have
did.
Chelsea next, West Ham, but there are some winnable games as well. They have Watford, Southampton, Leeds, so they're not safe yet, but they're in a good position despite losing this game. So
yeah, I see they got 30 points.
I think the win against Burnley a week or two ago was a big one for them. I think
that was huge.
that's the one that really put them in a good spot.
Yeah,
But
7
yeah,
points.
I mean,
8 points clear of the relegation zone right now.
do we have anything else Premier League related, or do we move on to? I mean, probably the worst round of FA Cup games this season.
Salty.
There's no upsets. What's the point if there's no upsets? Like,
It's for Tommy,
disappointing.
man. It's for Tommy.
It's for Tommy.
Yeah.
It's
You
for
guys
Tommy.
didn't get any joy
It's for
from
Tommy,
seeing,
and that is why
Lukaku score?
Lukaku didn't
got
get any joy.
about as much
Definitely
joy as
did
Lukaku
get
did.
joy. I'll tell you that.
But hey, well, you know what? We'll start with that. Middlesbrough 0, Chelsea 2. Rom's found his level.
Ouch.
Yeah,
Ouch.
I mean, to be fair, he
I mean, note how Tommy does not fight back on that.
no, I'm not his biggest fan, that's for sure. But he did. I guess he played okay.
I would like to contrast this with the first ever episode we recorded and how gushingly Tommy spoke about Lukaku.
No, but honestly, I would say
This happens every couple of years with Tommy.
Yep.
Gets a new favorite striker
No, guys.
as soon as they join
Yeah,
Chelsea,
love that
and then Chelsea
Lewandowski.
break him, and they break Tommy's heart yet again.
That is true, but also Lewandowski is still going to be the top. Just do not come to Chelsea. I know he's having some Bayern talks, or maybe are stalling in there. Just do not come to Chelsea, whatever you do. Anyhow, in this game, it's honestly
Please
a standard.
come to Chelsea. Please come to Chelsea. I would love it so much.
I want to see what would happen if Chelsea broke Lewandowski. Like, just how far can we push Tommy?
I think at that point you just have to. I don't know. What do you do after that? You know, there's a curse. I guess there's got to be some way to break it. But
Do you Ted Lasso it and gather everyone on the field and burn things?
We will find out who Tommy's more loyal to, Lewandowski or Chelsea. That's what it boils down to.
I think you just you never play with a striker again from that on. You just like that position is completely gone.
Yeah, false
It's
nine.
just false nine in Chelsea and for the rest of history. But
Are we going to talk about this?
are you talking about
match?
this game?
Then-
Honestly, listen,
yeah.
this game.
Is there anything to talk
It's,
about? I
for
don't
me,
know.
Middlesbrough's keeper is at fault for both goals in this game. He should come out better. Maybe he didn't see Ziyech's shot, or he was flummoxed by the curve of the shot. But I mean, it was a good hit. And
I remember.
I'm gonna be honest. He looked like he wasn't set when he dived.
I would say poor positioning. Yeah,
He didn't dive as far as I thought he would.
I think it took a step to his left. I remember, not to bring up bad memories there, but I remember De Gea conceding that goal against Granit Xhaka. It happens sometimes. Just he caught
You
it.
know what? Tony, you're lucky because there's so many bad memories that one I genuinely can't remember it.
Okay, I remember it. Yeah, so,
it's been overruled by all the trauma of the past season.
Yeah, yeah. It was a really comfortable win for Chelsea. I don't think Middlesbrough did anything of note, so yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, slightly less comfortable, thankfully, was Forest against Liverpool. Liverpool ended up winning 1-0 away to Forest, but Nottingham put up a fight.
They've been good. They've been real good in this FA Cup run. They'll have a lot of regrets in that Liverpool game. I can't remember who it was that missed that clear chance. One-on-one with the keeper, he side foots it wide.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Might have been Davis up front, but yeah, Diego Jota. That Liverpool team just has so many quality players up front. Like Mohamed Salah, Sadio Mane, Luis Diaz didn't start this game, and yet they still have Diego Jota and Bobby Firmino to call.
I mean, Salah and Mane were just given the day off. They weren't even in the squad.
Yeah, must be nice. But yeah. In the end, a big goal from Jota, another big goal from Jota. He's come up with a lot this season. And yeah, Liverpool are still on track for all 4 trophies this season. Currently the Carabao Cup holders. I think they could do it. And that would just cap a miserable season for us there. If no one's talking
truly, I will. There is a strong chance I quit the podcast if that happens.
Tony, you say just was there. I mean,
I thought you were going to say quit football. If that happens, yeah.
I don't think I could say that and mean it, but I'd think about it for sure. I definitely think about it.
Tony, you say that.
God, I can't wait for the season to be over.
Tony, you say that to be terrible is there, but if Liverpool win the quadruple, that's terrible for everyone.
I'm okay with it.
What? How you?
Yeah, I don't hate Liverpool. I don't hate Liverpool.
Get out of here, Tony.
I don't hate Liverpool.
Get out of
right?
here, Tony.
I have fun memories of Liverpool. They were always that team that, Look, Liverpool have been miserable. They've been miserable for years. So let them have some happiness, right?
No, absolutely not. No, because I'm miserable now. They should also be miserable.
They won
We're going to move on.
I was gonna say they won.
Yeah,
they won
Champions
League, and that
Yeah, get out of here, Tony.
What, in 2005?
Rubbish opinions.
Yeah.
All right, no, get out of here.
Are they your rivals? Tom, are you pretending they're your rivals? Is that what's happening right now?
I mean, Tony,
no.
I'm not gonna be celebrating a Liverpool quadruple here. That's not gonna be.
I'm not gonna celebrate it, but I think the worst part about Liverpool's quadruple is Ahmed. He's just gonna be insufferable for years and years. But yeah, let's move on before.
Look, I'll move on from one insufferable team to the next one. Southampton 1, Man City 4. Bit of a dawdle for City, bit of a walk in the park,
Yeah.
Lovely little trip down to Southampton for the day. Bang in 4.
Even
have your goalie weirdly not react to a guy in the box and just kind of let him do his thing. And yeah.
Did Laporte score an own goal in this game?
He did. Yeah,
He did.
it was a good. It was a good one.
Ended up, yeah, it was.
Zach Steffen just wasn't aggressive enough for a ball that was played into the box. Let one of the Southampton players get on the end of it and just ended up having to back off. Cross comes in, deflects off Laporte. You think game on, and City say no, like they tend to most of the time.
You know what? You guys see the City jerseys in this game?
You see what I mean? You see what I mean when I say it was a boring round of FA Cup games?
Yeah.
I think it was just a miserable round
What's
for
the
you.
point?
Yeah.
No upsets.
Those City kits are some of the ugliest kits I've seen. Like just Man City splash right in the front of the.
Puma have done this with a bunch of teams.
So
They've done it
ugly.
with the Dortmund kits, the Milan kits. Their third kits are genuinely the worst ones that I've seen.
What was it?
Do we have anything else we have to discuss from this game?
Foden
Had a nice goal. Foden had a really nice goal.
Yeah.
I think the one thing you get to discuss is probably the April fixtures that we have coming up. So with City and Liverpool winning, they were actually drawn against each other in the semifinals for the FA Cup. So they play each other in the league on the 10th of April, and then they play each other a week after in the FA Cup. So we've got some spicy matchups between these two next month. So I'm really looking forward to that. And they both got, of course, Champions League, the Champions League semifinals, or what is it? It was quarterfinals, just say. Or no, where are we at? Quarterfinals?
Quarterfinals.
Yeah, quarterfinals.
Who were Liverpool drawn against? Do you remember?
Benfica.
I know City were
they got
drawn against
Benfica. City got Atletico Madrid.
Yeah.
So they got those two matches in between their Premier League and their FA Cup. So it's like a really hectic, 2-3 weeks for those sides in there. So, yeah, a lot of matches. Should be good.
The final FA Cup quarterfinal game this weekend was Crystal Palace thumping Everton 4-0. Please win the cup, Palace. Please.
You know what? It's not impossible.
They're a good team. I'm really, really impressed with what Vieira's done with them.
Yeah, they took points off City earlier. Was it a week ago? No, earlier. Well, sometime last week, I think. Yeah, they're a really good team. Really quick, powerful, skillful. They're a really fun watch. Frank Lampard, he got a big win midweek against Leeds.
I think it was
Newcastle.
Newcastle, yeah. He kind of parked the bus in that game. And somehow, after going down to 10 men, Iwobi, of all people, managed to nick it.
Look, that's when you know it's your day. When Alex Iwobi is scoring goals and beating people, that's when you just know it's your day.
Yeah. In this game, look, Everton were a mess. I'm not sure how much Frank has helped since he's come in, to be honest. He did well to, park some of his ideologies against Newcastle in the league, because survival is the most important thing at the moment. But I don't know. Are Everton just that bad? Are they 4 goals worse than Crystal Palace? Or
on the basis of what we've seen from them this season,
yeah, I would say yes too.
I'm talking quality of squad. I'm talking quality of squad.
Quality of squad, probably not.
Yeah.
But in terms of quality of play and quality of thought,
absolutely.
Yeah, they are.
Absolutely. But yeah.
And you know what? Frank has his Lampard to play in that as well.
I'm just gonna skip that and say
Yeah, Toni.
Vieira destroying Lampard as he did as a player, so it's really nice to see. But
Tommy, you gonna let him just say that? Tommy, you gonna let him get away?
Well, no,
with
Tony,
that?
I want to remember how when Everton first hired Lampard, Tony was like, "Oh, you know what? I can see this going well." Or you're a little excited.
No. I didn't say I could see it going well. I said this is a great opportunity for him, and I still maintain that. I just don't think he's grabbing it.
It's a great opportunity for him to trash his reputation.
Well, there's that too. But look, he wasn't going to get a bigger job than this on the basis of what he's done. And he needs to sort himself out. He needs to sort this team out. Otherwise, he might just join the boys in Sky Sports, honestly. Because he's not going to... If he messes this up, where does he go next? If we're being honest.
Maybe maybe the Premier League, he's just not a... You know what? He's just not a good enough manager to manage in a top flight league. Maybe that's just it.
Well, I know... From what we know about Frank Lampard, he's not going to settle for a career in the Championship. So, yeah. If he wants a Premier League career as a coach, then he needs...
He's also connected enough to keep getting lower-end Premier League jobs.
You think so, huh? If you are trying to avoid relegation...
For now.
You really?
For now, I think he's still connected. Do I think he's capable? I don't, honestly.
So you think if he messes up this...
He's a guy with, good connections.
You think if he messes up this Everton job, another lower league Premier League team will risk hiring Frank Lampard?
I think there's a chance that they genuinely might. Name value carries you so far in football.
Yeah. It just...
Until he completely crashes multiple times.
Yeah.
'Cause I don't think he did that great of a job with Derby.
Nope.
But he fell upwards to the Chelsea job. He did fine at Chelsea, didn't do great, and it started to slide down. He still landed on his feet with this Everton job.
Yeah, but Chelsea, he was hired as a patsy, right? Like they knew.
It worked out from having that transfer ban and come in. There's no pressure in his first season, right? And then he brought in, he kind of introduced Mount and James.
And then
into
the moment he did have
yeah.
transfers available to him, he completely crashed and burned.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure after Everton, I don't know how long he's gonna last Everton. You know, he could be out before the end of the season. You never know, right?
It's not going to be long.
But
Everton have not been giving managers long leashes, and
but they have their own Russian situation, right? So you never know.
Yeah, they could be potentially.
It's not as serious as the Chelsea case, though.
But it's also not as straightforward either for them at the moment. There's a lot going on behind the scenes of that club. You can see it in the way the way the team plays, basically. There's a lot that feels like there's some turmoil. Maybe they need a strong character to come in and give that club direction, because I don't know, they look like they're drifting. And maybe the quality of the squad's going to be good enough for them to avoid relegation this season, but if they continue like this, it won't be long before they find themselves in the championship. So anyway, it's been a steep fall for Everton.
So we have City, Liverpool in the one semi-final, and then we have Chelsea and Palace in the second semi. You guys want to do a little quick prediction on who do you think's going to go through in those? Just like a little one-off.
It's a bit far out from the semi-finals for that, isn't it?
Tommy's already brought it up, so we have to do it now.
All right, I will. You know what? I will say Crystal Palace and the Heat Death of the Universe in the final.
I'm gonna go Liverpool and Crystal Palace.
Oh no! Really, you guys are going for the upset. It's gonna be a Chelsea City final.
We hate your team.
Chelsea City final, guys. FA Cup final.
We just hate your team. We don't like them.
No.
They're a bunch of pricks, and they will continue to be a bunch of pricks.
How dare you say that about? How dare you say that about N'Golo Kante? How dare you?
Okay. Yeah.
Well, until he's wearing a different kit, then he will be lumped in with the rest of them.
Tommy, what was your prediction for the other one?
It's City versus Chelsea final.
A repeat? Oh no, not quite. That was the semi-final last year, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I guess that's... I mean, not a lot of football this weekend. So I think that covers everything that we had to talk about.
Did you guys catch...
Wait.
Did you guys catch any of the El Clasico this week? Might as well bring up some other football. Or was I the only one who watched that game?
I think I did not watch it.
I saw the highlights. Aubameyang has fit in like a glove over there at Barca. How do you feel, Tony? You happy to see him excelling? Seems like it was a win-win situation for both teams. Barca got a player, Arsenal got rid of, and they're excelling as well. So it's nice to see for me.
Yeah. Listen. By all accounts, he was a great guy to have around the squad. Like, he was a good character in the dressing room for Arsenal. I have issues with the player himself, but I'm really happy he's doing well. Like, he seems like he fits in really well there. Xavi's done a really good job.
Xavi's doing it, yeah. Like, he's just decided to bully La Liga.
Yeah, he's brought in all the most physical players he could find, like physical forwards in terms of pace and power. I mean, I don't think anyone in La Liga
doesn't get much more physical than Adama
Traore. Yeah. Imagine it was
not many people in the world have faced Adama Traore and survived.
Imagine having
just running people
run around
over
by Ousmane Dembele for 60 minutes and then you think you're getting a breather with Dembele coming up. Nope, Adama is the one coming up. Look, Barca are doing well. I just thought I'd bring that up because El Clasico is, usually a big game. Not quite anymore.
I'm just saying, Bossa, they're now sponsored by Spotify, right? And they're apparently going to be putting, they might be promoting like different artists on the shirts when like albums and stuff come out, kind of like Atletico did in the 2000s with Columbia Pictures.
Oh my God, that is terrible.
If they, it's terrible, but also the opportunity to have "Move Bitch" by Ludacris on Adama Traore is too good to pass up.
That's not gonna
Wait,
happen.
did they?
It has to though. It'd be so funny.
Is it? Did they buy the naming rights to the stadium too? Did I hear that? Read that correctly?
Yeah, they did.
So it's Spotify Camp Nou. Is that the official name of the stadium?
That is the official name. Will I be calling it that? Probably not.
That club has lost its way,
Does it
man.
sound-
I'm sorry, that club has lost its way.
You say that, but-
Mesque un club.
You say that, but at least they hired, the right manager who's came in and kind of changed a bit of the culture on that club. Well, maybe he didn't change the culture, but at least kind of he set them straight. He got them.
He's had a good
No,
start.
after Koeman, he has changed
Yeah,
the
I
culture.
guess-
a
I guess
little
that
bit
is
as well.
fair.
We'll
We
give him
don't
that.
know that he's changed the culture. We just know that I think what he's done is he's given them their identity back, right? Like,
and that,
we'll see.
the identity was
Sorry.
winning, right?
Well, yeah, but also in terms of a style of play, like Barcelona of late they looked like a mess, and maybe they just needed to bring another Guardiola disciple or a Guardiola disciple to.
I just want Barcelona featuring Pitbull. That's all I want.
Okay. All right.
With that being said, that is everything we had to talk about today. All that's left to say is please follow us on Instagram and Twitter at 442. Tony, you were about to say something.
I was gonna say, should I bring up another football game? But yeah, no, we can leave it. We can leave it here. Yeah.
How many times?
Wait,
listen,
what
Serie A was
football
fun.
game? Was it Serie A?
Yeah.
Was it?
Thank you for joining me, Tony. No, thank you for joining me, Tommy.
Pleasure as always. I just want to see Tony sign off with his full name, please, before he goes.
And
My full name.
and thank you for joining me, Timmy.
Okay. Timmy's not quite my full name, but what
Okay,
did you want?
I don't have the full list. I want the full list.
Yeah, you can submit a request, but yeah.
I have been submitting requests since Friday.
I must have missed those emails, but pleasure as always, boys.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, as always, enjoyed the chat.
He's skipping through. He's not doing
Thank
it.
you.
Okay.
He's just not going to do it. It's ridiculous. Man tosses an
Tell you
etc.
what,
at the end of his name.
If
and
we can get Tommy to read out the names, I might consider it.
deal. You next week.
Next week we open.
I want
with it.
I want the full list. We will have Tommy read them out on the podcast.
Done. Like I said, if Tommy does it, I will consider it.
All right.
So
You got.
Yeah,
we
Tommy
have
doesn't
we
have a
an
say in
agreement
this.
that I have no say
okay.
in.
Perfect. Thank you. Thank you so much for listening. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, Aziz.